Rates jumped up after the Fed's cut rate. Will we ever see normal-ish or lower rates? We look at things like the PLE, the PPI, the CPI, inflation, what the Fed's doing, and don't forget jobs and China. A lot of different things go into factoring interest rate. They are high right now. However, this is actually normal. Every time the Fed has cut rates, with one time being the exception, mortgage interest rates have climbed back up. Then what happens is they stabilize at that higher rate, and then we see them start to trickle back down. We're starting to see what I feel is kind of that max point. We're starting to see just a titch of improvement, which is really good. So that could be an indicator that interest rates are going to start coming back down, especially with bigger news coming up. Without being too technical, just know this is common, this happens, and we should start to see our interest rates on the mortgage side start to come back down. But we do have potentially 2 more rate cuts coming up by the Fed by the end of the year. However, we do want to pay special attention because there's that pesky old election coming up in November, which will have an impact on interest rates. It always does. The other thing that history teaches us, and this is something to be very focused on, every time a president starts a new term, the first year of their term, it doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat, that is always the strongest year in real estate. So then the question comes, well, do we wait till after the election? Do we wait till next year, whether we're buying or refinancing? Well, obviously the refinancing is easy because you need to get a better rate in order to improve your situation. Unless you have a bunch of high interest rate credit cards, then you should be taking a look and maybe paying some of that stuff off. But on the purchase side, what is interesting is that purchases, like the number of them happening, and listings, meaning homes going on the market, has increased despite the seasonal change. Usually once school starts and things start to get a little bit cooler out, the same thing happens with the real estate market. It cools down. However, we're noticing an inverse. People want to buy and sell right now, and even if rates stay a little bit higher, it's an opportunity to get in now and then refinance later. The idea behind that, well, less competition, not only because interest rates didn't really tank like maybe people thought they would, but there's less competition out there for people selling this time of the year, so negotiations could be more favorable. So those are a couple quick things to consider when we're looking at rates, especially going forward. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. As always, I appreciate you checking out the video. We'll see you at the next one.